What are dreams? Can you catch your dreams? Should we be encouraged to pursue our dreams? Can you make your dreams come true? Can dreams float off into the air? I think they can. Yeah. I think of myself as a dreamer. Looking for the right way to pursue my dream. I may get knocked down, but I always know I can get back up and try it again. So I'm on a constant chase for my dream, and I enjoy it. This movie is for the dreamer and the non-dreamer alike. Because in the end, we all had an aspiration in life. Whether it be big or small. Because you don't want to be in a graveyard of dreams that could have been. Kind of like a wrecking yard of cars. Where at one point they ran, but now they sit wrecked up in a yard. Left alone with their faded memories of times when they used to run free on the highway, just go wherever the road would take them. If I can convince one person to start their voyage of dreaming, then I believe I have done my job. And hopefully my treks into a world of dreaming will show you.
David Kohler.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 45.
This is Kelsey Ann Wallace. Oh, Elena.
Well, she can speak for herself.
Oh. And I'm Sarah Elena Robbins.
My name is Marion Barker. I'm 74 years of age.
My name's Laurel.
Judd, Judd, but my full name's Judson with one D, and I'm not sure why Mom and Dad decided that Judd should have two Ds, and Judson has one. And Christian, my middle name, my grandfather's name.
Wow.
Wagner, also my father's name, and my grandfather's name.
Hi, my name is Tracy.
Hilda Beltran Wagner.
My name is Brandy Berlin.
Come on, Keller, you're a part of this too.
You're in it too? Right on. Take a seat on that sunshine right there, Charlie. Or one of you guys.
Could you give us your name?
My name is Sarah.
I am Will.
My name's Debbie Marks.
and I own Antidote Sportswear in Redmond.
My name is Gio.
This is very entertaining.
Right. I had my first heart attack. Yeah, put me in the hospital.
My dad was a logger, my mom was a homemaker, and I have 3 older brothers.
Didn't have a real high grade point average or anything. I was just kind of an average student.
Yeah, I would say we're creators. Sometimes destroyers, but sometimes you have to destroy to create.
Be a certified drug and alcohol counselor.
I teach global geography to freshmen, theory of knowledge, which is a philosophy course to juniors and seniors, history of the Americas to seniors, some economics to juniors and seniors. What am I missing? I think that's it. So history and geography and philosophy.
Yeah, I do like that movie. So you can probably see above me. I have a poster of them. Pretty long.
I enjoy working more with teenagers because I think they're more grateful. They're more grateful and they're not in the patterns as much as their families have been in a pattern of not being, let's just say, functional.
The most gorgeous coins that this country's ever made, and I'll show you an example why I'm saying that. This here coin here is a replica of the Walking Liberty $50, which is probably one of the more beautiful coins that this country's ever made.
This is my dog, Paco.
I've been able to shake ex-girlfriends off. Fucking like, I used to do drugs. I shake that off. But graffiti, art, living for Miranda, that I can't do that. You know, it's kind of sickness, and it sucks too because you can only like make so many pieces. But in the end, does it really benefit anybody? Does it benefit me? No.
Well, I think what I'm trying to say in as far as security goes is financially. You know, my husband and I both work in the retail field, and you know, it's that we're needing something more. You know, something to cushion us a little more. I mean, it's not. It's just trying to survive.
Free time. Yeah, right. Drink beer. When I get the money, right? What now? Eat what I want to eat. Cold.
Always had a very overactive imagination. Worry about the worst things possible that could happen. So
I like learning, you know, as an educator, I like learning new things. I like experiential education the best, though. I like to experience whatever it is. You know, the Peace Corps, for example, is so huge because I went there, you know, and did it. You know, going to a foreign country and living there is so much more enriching, and well, there's just so much to learn that you would never get reading it from a book or even being in a classroom. I mean, it's all great, everything we do here, but it just prepares you to do those bigger things, which is the experience itself.
And I can quote that one word for word.
Yeah.
Foxes have holes, birds have nests, the Son of Man has no place to lay his head.
However, at some point in there, I also liked art, and I started out actually as a graphic design major and got intimidated by how talented some of the people were in my art program and kind of got scared and cut out of it after a couple of years. And ended up, you know, going back to history and thinking I was going to get my PhD, and then I came and taught high school for a year and realized I don't really want to teach university. I want to teach high school kids.
What do I do for a living?
Yeah.
Well, I work for a Walmart. in the hardware department for Walmart, mixing paint.
It's just great to have relationships with kids and kids whose dreams are still really fresh and they're really open to this or that. So maybe it's sort of vicariously, in the context of this conversation, vicariously living through their dreams because everything is still a possibility. And but it's always good to be around people who are like that.
What have you learned running, Nado?
Oh gosh, man, I don't even know where to begin. From just you know, the basics of running your own business and you know, bookkeeping, and luckily I took that in college, so that helped a lot. But you know, just from, you know, ordering and how the ordering process, and like I said, just where we are as a community in fashion and how far behind we are compared to like LA or New York. We run 3 to 4 years behind what they're wearing. So whatever they're wearing now, you'll see the community of Redmond wearing it in 4 years. So it's just really weird. Those are just a few of the things that I've learned. But you know, it's just the experience has just been amazing.
Well, let's see my grandson come in.
Yeah?
Yeah, you just stand over there watching me. He's probably got a question. You got a question for Grandpa? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, you know, I really think we should lose the trays and the plastic food and get a real cook back there, get a real chef going back there and get some real grub.
I used to have dreams where people made out of trash that were shaped like Oscar the Grouch came out of my toy box to come and eat me.
And I grew up in the country. I grew up around on a farm. I grew up around horses. And I thought at one point I might want to be a horse trainer, but then I realized that that wasn't going to really cut it for me. I wanted that to be my hobby.
To be a race car driver.
I figured that after high school, I'll, you know, just get a crappy job and figure out what the fuck I want to do.
I don't know, I guess when I was that age, all the girls would always talk about that. Yeah, they wanted to be either a nurse or a flight attendant. But I actually did become a flight attendant, which was pretty cool. It was probably the best job that I ever had. I absolutely loved it. If I could go back to it, I would definitely go back to it.
If you go back to like the one quote-unquote regret, if that's the implication of the question, yeah, I do. And people say, oh, no regrets, blah, 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 but that's kind of silly. I think I do, at some level, have some regrets that I didn't pursue a career in theater. So by the time I was in high school, that is what I wanted to do. It wasn't encouraged, even it was explicitly discouraged.
Every time I take out a pencil, and there's not one time a pencil doesn't touch paper and I don't write her name. I mean, I just start doing it and it just turns into her name, and then I don't know.
Photography was one of the biggest things that I wanted to seek.
One phase was, and I think I mentioned this before, I could not believe that there were jobs where you could get paid walking dogs. And I wanted to grow up and go to this city, New York, and walk 4 or 5 dogs and get paid for it. That just sounded totally awesome to me.
I also wanted to create an Olympic event which involved spinning a frisbee on my big toe and passing it from one toe to the other toe, and then passing it back to the other toe, and I became very good at that. But I'm not sure that was a very realistic dream.